Hello, my name is Sibyl Harmony. I'm a healer, master psychic, and medium, and this is a video about feeling safe. So I'm burning some sage here. I have a little bit of sage. And so, yes, it's important to take physical action. So sage gets rid of negative energies, and it also kills bacteria. Interesting. So bacteria, viruses, because to a light worker, to a shaman, when I look at a bacteria or virus, it has energies, it has a consciousness. Sometimes it literally has a flu bug or something else attached to it. A lot of times we have colds, flus, viruses, emotions. We feel unsafe. And so we will maybe just try to deal with our feelings, talk about our feelings, which is important, or take a tranquilizer, which stops the immediate feeling and then causes maybe other worse symptoms. To me, that's how it felt. I felt like a pill. I didn't like taking pills, because I didn't like to have a foggy head. I am clean and sober over 30 years. Yeah, I used to drink and take pills and do all that. And I tried a lot of different things, put it that way, and to try to feel safe. What is the core of, and if you're not a person who used drugs or alcohol, there are many ways to try to feel safe or to feel okay. Shopping, controlling, screaming and yelling, arguing, anything that gets you out of yourself. Trying to control people who are addicts or alcoholics, controlling situations, worrying, getting into drama, becoming obsessive and compulsive. There's gambling, workaholism. There are a lot of ways to not feel how maybe really unsafe we feel within ourselves. So the ego, we all have an ego, and we all need a healthy ego, but the ego wants you to feel unsafe. The ego doesn't feel safe. And we live in energy soup, which means we have an energy field. We are a spirit here in a body. We have centers of consciousness, many, but 7 major centers of consciousness. And we have an energy field around us. So the most immediate energy field will be probably around 4 or 5 feet around us. That could be a little bigger or smaller depending on how you are. But so that is, your energy feels safe, it feels secure, it feels light, happy, peaceful. It is in balance and harmony with you. When your energy system is aligned, you're grounded to the earth, you're connected to higher self or to the divine. You are in your power. You are in your source. You are in what I call divine will. So we are taught to walk and crawl and talk and then read and write and drive a car, but nobody really teaches us about who we really are. And then we learn different things, and those are all wonderful and great and needed. But it's also important to know, who are you? Who is this spirit that came into this body that is eternal? And how do you create health and wealth? How do you create happiness and peace and be in alignment? By connecting to your spirit, which is your energy. And that feels wonderful in your space. Problem is, most people don't know that, or we forget because it's not taught or reminded to us, that we are energy, we are spirit here in this physical form, and that there's also a lot of other energy. So we're living spirit light, living in these bodies in energy soup. So what is the energy soup that we live in? Well, it's a lot of different things. If you walk into a building where there's been a lot of happy events, a family maybe that lived pretty well, loved each other, business that's doing well. So you walk into that place and you can feel comfort, peace, calmness. Maybe it feels light and clear, okay? If you walk into a place where there's been death or abuse or arguing, conflict, loss, you might feel that energy. So you have just walked into the energy field of a building. When you walk into a building, when you go somewhere and land, everything has energy. Houses, places, cities can have energies. That's a little, you might feel like in some places in the world or some towns you feel better and some you don't, because you're resonating with that energy. Objects have energy. Of course, plants and trees and animals are alive and they have energy and energy spirits. So there's a lot of spirit energy floating around, and negative lower thought forms, we'll call them, or you could call them a being, because that's how they look sometimes. Sometimes they look like a blob or a blur of energy, or they might just feel heavy and dense, or you may hear something or just know that, like, well, I just know there's something wrong with this place, or I don't like what I know about that person, Not that we're judging a person, it's just that we're connecting with what feels comfortable in our energy. And when people are more connected to their ego and fear, they're less connected with their energy and light. Because when you're connected to ego and fear or lower energies, you attract more lower energy. So these energies, beings or thought forms or feelings, are kind of just floating around like a big soup pot. And some of them have been here for millennia on a planet where there's been war, disease, and suffering, human suffering. And so these energies don't, or even disincarnated beings, you could call it a haunting. If you get, or worse, if you get a very strong spiritual energy. Most people don't have well, they do. They have kind of like hitchhikers get attracted. Say you're a person who drinks and you go into a bar. There are other spiritual energies that are attracted to drinking and the stuff that goes on in bars, the drama, the alcohol. And so they like your energy, so they kind of connect to you. Or say you go into a temple where there's a lot of meditation and prayer. Well, there's a lot of more higher vibrations there, clear, lighter. And that then matches with you. And it calls they don't really get in your space so much as it uplifts you to bring in your own light. So there's a difference between lower, darker, heavier energies and your light and other people's light. But you may feel soothed and healed. So the more you feel safe and soothed and healed, the more you'll attract that. You also attract, when you're a healer, you attract the dark, because the dark wants healing. But when you are vibrating in the light, it just, instead of empathically absorbing it and feeling really not okay, you can learn how to deal with that. And that's kind of another video on being empathic, which I'd like to do, or I can help someone in a session if you're feeling really empathic and sensitive, which a lot of higher vibrating beings here are, like myself. So what we want to do is just recognize that a lot of our thoughts and feelings are not ours, and we don't have to take them on. And when you've taken on, say, your parents' fears, or relative or society's fears, or even a friend or a spouse, you take on their anger, their fear, their worry. It has a vibration, and then it starts to seem like that's the truth. And then pretty soon, I used to know somebody who was afraid to go out of their house because bad things happen, and then they kind of got connected to thinking that more bad things will happen, and it's just an energy pattern. So as a healer, what I like to do is go back and find the original thing, because most children, when we come into our body, are pretty clean. We're just from the other side, and we're a bright light. So if I go back and find the original incident and clear that kind of opens the door to start letting go of a lot of that programming. Because what happens if you chronically are feeling unsafe, you're ungrounded. If you are ungrounded and stressed, that's a recipe for illness, or not feeling happy. Even if you have good things in your life, it's hard to appreciate them when you don't feel okay. It doesn't really attract more good things. So let's talk about the different chakras, the energy systems briefly, and what kind of energy is in there. And then we'll do a little healing just to give you a little sample of how to feel safe. And I just want to say one more thing first. Fear, false evidence appearing real. If you're in the street and a car is coming, that you should be afraid of, and let that fear get you to move out from in front of the car. Anything else is false evidence appearing real, because this is not here now. Be on purpose. Many people are afraid of change. They want to pick the safe choice. Just don't let anything work. That's being a victim. Don't be a victim. Be on purpose. Choose better. Choose change. We are in a time of change. So I know change can be uncomfortable and make us feel unsafe, but it is necessary. And when we are not afraid and we make change and we walk through whatever it is, we are stronger and we are better. And that's what the energy is about now. Choosing change. Choosing to walk through. Don't hide. Don't be a victim. Be on purpose. Ground and stand in your power. Face things head on. That's how you deal with feeling safe. Because being afraid and being a victim just aren't going to work for you anymore. That's not a way to be. Well, I'm picking this because it's safe and I'm afraid it'll be worse. No. It is time for change. We can do this. And I'm here to help. Okay? Your guides and angels. You didn't come here to hide and be afraid or be stuck or go backwards. Okay? So I know I'm being a little harsh, but it's important that we move forward as a people and that we are ready and willing to do the work, the change. It may not be easy, but that's why we're here. Okay? So, false evidence appearing real, feeling safe. So remember, when you're getting thoughts coming in, they probably aren't even yours. They're beliefs, what I call, they look like a picture. A picture, say, something happened when you were a small child that scared you. That picture sits in your space. And then when something else happens like it, you look at that picture psychically. We're all psychic. And then you go, oh yeah, I'm not safe. No, that is not true. That's just a picture. It's just energy. Okay? In truth, you are safe. There's no reason to be even afraid of death, because there is no death. And the thing here on earth is nobody gets out alive. So why are you here? To walk through your fears, to learn and grow. So be safe. Okay? When you breathe, you come back into your body, and this can allow you to feel relaxed and safe. So the chakras. The first chakra is in front of your tailbone. There's 7 main chakras along the tailbone going up to the top of your head. And so the first one at the bottom of your tailbone is the first chakra. And I've been doing a lot of readings. My voice is a little gone. And I was sick in January. I'm better now. But my voice hasn't come back yet. So the first chakra has to do with life or death, being afraid of death. If you are abused or in an accident or ill and you're afraid that you're not going to be okay, or you lose your family, or you don't have enough money, or you don't have enough food, so those energies are in the first chakra. Okay? Life or death issues. The second chakra, and that one's red. The second chakra is orange, and it's right below the belly button in front of the spine. And this has to do with our emotions. It's also connected to kidneys, which can hold fear. And so it can be connected to addictions, worry, hormones. Okay? So when this center is blocked or not working properly, we can have other people's emotions or emotion of something that is not in present time or that somehow is not serving us. And that can cause us to feel unsafe. Okay? That's also the place of the inner child. So the first chakra would be more like, I am safe, I am grounded. And cleaning out that abuse. The second chakra would be more like connecting with joy, connecting with the inner child. Yes, clearing energy. Okay? That isn't serving you. The third chakra is right in your solar plexus. And this has to do with personal empowerment. So if you feel controlled or bullied like someone is pressuring you or threatening you or taking your power. As a child, that could have happened. Or you might be super controlling yourself. Sometimes we do things to help ourselves feel safe. So that'll be in the third, and that's yellow. The heart chakra, I have my quartz crystal here. The heart chakra has to do with love. So if we can't love ourselves, if we're feeling afraid, or like we might be hurt, we'll shut down the heart chakra. And then that affects the immune system. We can't love ourselves, we don't feel safe. So it's important to open the heart chakra and love yourself. Then you can love others too. The fifth chakra in the throat, this one is green, the heart chakra. Fifth chakra in the throat is blue. And this is connected with our thoughts, with what we say. So if you say scary things to yourself or other people, because what you put out comes back, or you're thinking scary thoughts because it connects to the sinuses all around here, then that's another type of fear. Thoughts, connecting with thoughts, or thoughts in your space that make you think something bad's going to happen. Okay. Here, the sixth chakra, lavender, has to do with like looking at energy, looking at things that make you afraid, that you may not be conscious of in your environment or in your energy field. Okay? And the seventh chakra is indigo and connected to the divine. So when we're not connected to our higher self, or what we call God, Goddess, or we don't think it's real, because we think your cell phone's real. This house is real. My car is real, but that's not real. Well, it's actually the opposite. That is more real. Everything else is just energy. But this is a powerful energy. So when we're not connected to that, we have no reference, no guidance. And that can be scary because there is no purpose. This makes us on purpose. I am connected to divine will. Okay? So one good way to find out where is, and you might have several places, where am I feeling in fear? If you just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, and notice, where is the fear? Where am I feeling unsafe? It might be something in your energy field that's connected through an energy cord. It might just be a feeling, a thought. Just come back in your body, kind of breathe and ground. And where is that? Notice where you're feeling afraid. Notice where you're feeling unsafe. And what part of the body is that connected to? What area? It's not something you need to figure out. It's just connecting with yourself and not being afraid to look, to feel, to know the truth. Where am I feeling afraid? Now this might be connected with something recent, something long ago, or it may have multiple connections, even to a past life. So breathe light into that. Breathe healing into that. And let's use an energy tool. So a rose is an energy tool that will work for you. Let's visualize a rose for the fear or what's making you feel unsafe. And start to breathe that energy. Give it a place to go. Whether it's a being, a thought form, a smudge, a vibration, a picture, a belief. Let it go into that rose. Breathe it out. It's like you're giving it a gift. Here, I'm giving you a place to go. It's almost like you can even love and have compassion for the parts of you that are afraid or someone else's fear. And give it a place to go. You could even send love to it. Say, I release you with love. Or you could just be neutral. I released you. Now, if it's our fear, we can send loving, soothing energy to it. Let your heart open. I love you. And don't judge yourself for having fear. So if it feels like your fear, just send love to it. If it feels like something or someone else's fear, you can still send love to it. I love you, I release you. Because everything, even the darkest demon, really just wants love. Love and attention. I love you, I release you. I recognize your suffering. Recognize your suffering. You may have thoughts or feelings of an incident, of a person, of a place and time, connected with that. And that's your ability, your spirit giving you messages. You don't need to know what it is to let it go. And then when you're ready, give it to your higher self. And when you let go of what is not you, or what you're ready to let go of, the incident, your energy will naturally come back, which is a healing for you. And may you be healed because in truth, you already are. My name is Sibyl Harmony. Please click and like. If you subscribe, you'll get more of my videos when they come out. You can find me if you'd like a personal reading or healing at Sibyl Harmony, SIBYL Harmony.com. Thank you.